someone obsessed with you. Okay, listen. What I'm about to share is very manipulative, and I don't recommend you use it on just anyone. But if you want to know how, then watch till the end. A lot of people think that if you want someone to be obsessed, you need to play hard to get or ignore them, and that is false. What you actually need to do is send mixed signals. Because think about it. Whenever someone has sent you mixed signals, that's when you've started to psychoanalyze and figure out what went wrong, and that is when you get hooked. So how do you send mixed signals? Easy. You're going to create pleasure and pain. Let's start with pleasure. Give this person attention, give them hope, let them get comfortable. Almost like they're in an ocean with unlimited supplies of water. Next up, pain. You're going to take them from that ocean and drop them in the desert. Okay, no more water supply. In other words, no contact. Because that's when they're going to get confused. And that's when they're going to worry that they lost you. The less certain they are, the more obsessed they'll become. Tap that plus sign to follow for more and find me on Insta to choose my next topic.
Toxic. Talk about toxic masculinity. That's some toxic femininity. For real, though. So, guys, that's what they're doing to you. That's what they're doing to you. Games, mixed signals, mind games, scheming, dangle a little bit, respond. How many of you guys have experienced this? I'll guarantee you a lot have experienced this type of, like, she's interacting with you and all of a sudden you're like ghosted. There's no explanation. All of a sudden she's back. All of a sudden she's out. Oh, I have plans. Who are the plans with? You're starting to figure out, well, what's going on here, right? This happens. Now, let me tell you this. I hate this. I also hate this term high value. You're a guy who's got his you-know-what together. You're not putting up with this for 2 seconds. You know why? You're going to have options. She's not a 10. We can all acknowledge that. She's not unattractive, but she's not like, oh my God, Heidi Klum just walked in, and guy with options is not going to take that from her for 5 minutes. Next. Bye. See you later. Who will take that is a desperate guy. Who will take that is a guy who doesn't have options. Who will take that is a guy who's not getting any swipes, and he doesn't, he's not financially secure. He's uncomfortable with his own reality, and he's insecure about that, and he's taking what he can get. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Do everything in your life. Stop chasing girls and stop trying to get a date, and focus on making yourself the type of man that attracts women so that you are never in a position to be on the receiving end of mind games from modern women like that. That's your job. You want to be happy? That's your job. And just know they do it. And by the way, did you see the crazy eyes? Young girl. They're doing the Botox now real young, like 20. It's the Kylie Jenner. They do it, by the way, as preventative, right? That's not how Botox works, just so you know. It's not preventative, because when you relax a muscle, we can have a whole conversation about that. Just trust me, it doesn't work. And also they're putting toxic stuff in their bodies for God knows how long. But it caused you saw what the other day when I was like this. She's like always looking like this, Y'all ever turn The Bachelor on, The Bachelorette? You should. Turn The Bachelor on and watch the girls' faces. I was so uncomfortable the other day watching I watch clips of this all the time because it helps. It's like good for content. I wish I could show some of them, but sometimes I can just respond. She was so upset leaving the mansion, but all you saw was her face couldn't move. She had so much filler and Botox in her face that she couldn't exude emotion it was like watching a sci-fi movie unfold. Horrible. But the crazy eyes are always, they're just becoming more and more prevalent as a result of, pharma. Okay, second clip. Last one of the day. Let's play it.
What's good? I'm back, and I have some really low-key toxic advice for you guys today, but I think it'll actually help some people, so hear me out. This is for women dating or seeing, exclusive with, whatever, toxic men, okay? You are seeing other girls in his phone, whatever it is, like he's being shady, red flags are popping up. You can do it the healthy way. You can talk things out and probably try to get rid of him. But let's be honest, girls never actually do that. So here's your second option instead of continuing to get manipulated. 3 words, 1 little motto: cheat just in case. Wow, that sounds so bad. Hear me out really fast. Let's think about this in perspective, okay? In about a couple months, you're going to realize, yep, he was in fact cheating on me the whole time. And you know what? You don't have to feel bad about it because you cheated just in case.
Okay, we can stop it there. So, by the way, doesn't she read just visually as low-key toxic? Honestly. She's talking about low-key toxic advice. You walk into a club, you see that girl, I will bet you that you will have a problem. And guys, you know it, right? Sometimes your eye goes right to the trouble, right? Because it's everything is popping out everywhere and extension. It's like a ball of fake just walking around. Think about it. Think about it before you approach, man. I'm just telling you, because they give advice like this. Can you imagine that she's giving advice to women? Ruin your relationship before somebody else does. Yeah.
She knows it's toxic too,
Of
which is
course.
crazy.
She admits it. She admits, oh, low-key, which is interesting. Yeah, she knows what she's doing is bad, but she does it anyway. That's the advice that these types of women give to women now. Oh, you see that a guy's doing something, or you think not you see even. You think he's doing something. He's looking at his phone, or maybe it's just your paranoia, honey. Maybe you're paranoid because you're doing something. You're doing something dirty or out at the club half naked looking for somebody else's attention. Now you think he is. How do you know he's actually doing something? One. Number two, why don't you just ask? Because they're toxic, these women. Why don't you just say to him, hey, listen, this makes me uncomfortable. Maybe we're on a different page. Maybe we're looking for something different right now. I just want to be open and honest about just be honest with him. How about that? No. Can't do that. You got to instead assume he's cheating on you. Go cheat on him. Ha ha, I got one up on him. And then what happens if he wasn't cheating? What happens if he wasn't? No harm, no foul, right? Because you got a little action on the side and you're low-key toxic yourself. So everybody wins, including you, right? No. Can you imagine? I mean, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You asked me for green flags before. If I can't, I need to get you all to be able to see what a red flag looks like and how a red flag talks. That is a red flag. Okay. And you should know it from the second. And there's typically, a whole look that comes along. Not always, by the way. Sometimes you will find a woman who's got the long fingernails like claws and the long hair extensions and everything's fake and the frozen, and maybe they're good souled. But it's very rare. It's very rare. The girl next door doesn't look like that, right? The person Allie from The Notebook, does she look like that? No, honey, she doesn't. If you like the short clip and want to watch the full episode, click here. And if you want to connect with me one-on-one on Connect, you're going to click right here. Let's get to talking.